sleep. I dominate at 4 in the morning, 6 in the morning. At 8, I go back to bed. Why? Because y'all just getting up. But I'm committed to it.
Your everyday routine is clarity.
Come on, we have a vision. We have a mission. We have a visionary. We have a mission. Our goal is to move the needle, not surround ourselves with loyal people who ain't competent. Gus, I see your true colors. A trial or a tribulation hit, and now you wondering if I'm going to do what I said I'm going to do, so now you're going to switch the game up. Okay. I want you to see where you are so you can make the adjustment. I need you to eat, sleep, breathe, dominate. We're not playing to the level of our competition no more. Everything you do is going to be in a way that nobody else does. Paying attention.
Alrighty. Good morning, beautiful people. How is everyone doing? Let me know in the chat box if you can hear me loud and clear, if you can see my screen, so we can start our first morning session of the week. Yes, all right. I see already an emoji coming into the chat box, so I think everything should be good. All right, good. Before we start, let's go through the Forex Factory because we do have something important today, and that's the CPI on the USD. All right, loud and clear, amazing, thank you. So at 2:30 we have a CPI event, news event. This is a pretty big news event, like you guys know. There are only like 3 different news events that I'm really paying attention to, and that's the FOMC, the NFP, and of course the CPI. All right, all the rest, all right, this also has impact of course on the markets, but these are like the biggest news events that move the market the most. Okay, so please be aware of this. 2:30 p.m. CPI on the USD. All right, for tomorrow or for tonight there's nothing, but the rest we will go over that tomorrow morning on the morning session. Okay, so good, let's get into the charts. Let's see if we have some price traps, yes or no. I wasn't here yesterday. I had something going on with my stomach. It's better now. So yeah, let me know in the chat box. What were you looking for yesterday? Do you have certain pairs that you have trapped for today? Let me know in the chat box. That should be nice to see what you guys are looking for today. All right, I see AUDCHF, the first one coming into the chat box. We indeed have some good downtrending structure that we can use. Let me first check. Yeah, I knew it. This is why I always make sure I check different brokers. If we take a look at FXCM, then you see we have like this little wick. This doesn't exist on other brokers. All right, so we basically have a breakout of that low. All right, it's very important because the other brokers doesn't show us this little wick during spread out. All right, so this is the very first one we can look at. Let's use this resistance zone. I think this is the way you're looking at it, right? Having the break of the support, looking for the retest, following up that downtrending structure, right? Let me know if you're looking differently. That's possible, of course. Here we go. So let's make sure we have our alerts ready for the opposite direction. Break, resistance. Yes, I thought so. Amazing. Let me first check my alerts. Nothing is in here. Not sure why it won't work. Nope. Yeah, I will fix my alerts after the session, no worries. Yeah, indeed. We had like this breakout here. So first of all, if you take a look at this downtrending market, we did have multiple opportunities to really catch this downwards movement here, or maybe higher in price. But let's just focus on what happened just recently. Like you can see, we have that breakout of that support. So the very first breakout of this support came back to trigger the entry around supply zones, and then boom, moved all the way down to the downside. And then, of course, we have a new breakout. So we simply follow up that downtrending movement, and we see that the market reacted here on this low. Let me show you on the lower time frames. So this wick over here is a low, and the market reacted beautifully on this. If I'm not mistaken, I gave this idea Monday to the people in the Discord, and I showed them that this low was the very first zone they should be paying attention at. And like you can see, the market beautifully respected that zone. Now, there are two possibilities here. What I would be looking for ADCHF, I want to see the market or getting back to this supply zone or taking out these highs to follow up or to attack this supply zone over here. So these are the two zones I would be interested in to see ADCHF giving us the proper retest. To be honest, I want to see the highest zone getting hit would make more sense. But if the market is right over here, we're going to search for the very first opportunities. Good. So that's ADCHF. Do you have something else for today? Let me try one more time to put on an alert. Nope, it won't work. I'm gonna fix this after the session. Good. 80 Canadian, let's check. Interesting. Okay. Of course, we always prefer trending direction. For the people who do not know what we're doing here, please go through the YouTube videos you can find on my channel. And second, it's pretty simple. We are simply following up market structure. Okay, so let me first find my arrow. There we go. So what we basically do is you see me drawing up these zones, right? What are these zones? Pretty simple. These are highs and lows. We want to see the highs and lows getting broken, giving us the retest to follow up on the direction of the breakout. Okay, so if we take a look at what happened here to the downside, we had an opportunity with the breakout retest to the upside because we broke resistance zone right over here. Then the market broke out from that support, came back for the retest, and boom, market goes down again. Breakout, retest, market goes down again, and it happens time and time and time again. So that's basically what we're focusing on, all right? The highs and the lows, waiting for the breakout, and then see if we can find ourselves a good opportunity there. Now, with 80 Canadian, it's a little different here. I want to focus myself to following up that downtrending movement. I don't want to look to take the market to the upside because, like I said, we prefer trending directions. Let me try one more time. No, it doesn't work. I'm not sure why, but we shall see. So what I would be focusing on right now, because we have that downtrending structure, in my opinion, this is the last point of structure, all right? This is the low, or this is the high, excuse me, that broke out from this support zone. So if I want to see the market moving up again, I want to see this high getting broken, okay? So why do I draw this zone right now? It's pretty simple, because I'm still focused on this breakout and retest to the downside, all right? We can still have that higher retest here. We still have some interesting zones, especially if you go to the lower time frames. The first supply zone got hit, all right? That's right over here. The second one lays a little higher, okay? So please pay attention. If the market decides to move up, so if the market decides to break to the upside from this zone here, this is not really a breakout to the upside. This is just a retest of the previous support zone, okay? So please be aware of that I'm looking at like that, or that I'm looking to the downside to follow up that trending market, okay? Any more pairs? Let me know, let me know. Let me check. Okay, it's a little bit the same here. All right. I do like this chart. Very easy and obvious structure, 80 USD. Yes, that's the next one. I'm gonna check that in a moment. This is also an idea from last week, or I'm not sure. I think Friday we had this one for the breakout retest. It didn't retrace to the levels I wanted to see. So for me personally, this was not a good idea, or it was good, but it didn't give us the deep retest that I was looking for. But right now we have two options. Of course, we have the first supply zone here, or we can get all the way back to the higher levels here. Okay. So that's for AUD/JPY. AUD/USD, interesting here. This is a little bit different than AUD/Canadian. I would be focusing more on this zone over here, to be honest. Or let me check it. All right, this is some strong structure. Good. So first of all, of course, we prefer trending direction, like I already said. So we want to see a breakout retest to the downside to follow up that downtrending movement here. Okay. If we decide to retrace, because this is still possible, like you can see, we had a massive drop here. This could still retrace, give us the retest of the broken support right over here. So if I want to see the market breaking up, I want to see the market creating at least an equal high. All right, that's what I want to see if the market breaks up. I don't want to see the market respecting this high, because then we are simply following up the trending market. Okay, so if the market goes up, I want to see at least the equal high to get the retest and then go all the way back to these supply levels. Okay, so that's what I would be looking for with AUD/USD. Good. So if market breaks up, just remember yourself, or remind yourself, that this is a counter trend idea. Like you guys know, I like to follow up the trending markets and not really react on counter trends. Now, if we have the opportunity, of course, I'm going to do it. But just be aware that you're going against it. So maybe a twin trading is not an ideal. Maybe it's good to just work at one take profit, because you're counter trend trading. Makes sense, right? Good. Then we have Euro AUD. Like you can see, the last couple of days / weeks, we are uptrending here. So we have two opportunities. We can or have a deeper retest into our demand zones right over here, or we can simply break our retest to the upside. All right, pretty simple, makes sense. I just want to see to follow up that that uptrending movement. Now, if we decide to start breaking the structure again, of course, I'm going to look for the breakout retest to the downside. But these are the two things I would be looking for firstly. All right, so the breakout retest, or waiting for another break of these highs. Any more pairs? Let me know. Yeah, for Euro JPY, we could do the same. We broke out pretty far, so let me just put on the support. There we go. We have the resistance zone already here. So I'm just gonna put it on the charts, and we shall see how it will play out during. Maybe CPY will be strong enough to give us that retest all the way up. We shall see. Euro USD, I'm gonna get back to that in a moment. Let me just go through the pairs. Yeah, we have Euro Pound. This one is really moving nasty the last couple of days / weeks. We do have a very obvious resistance zone here. There we go. Not fully convinced about the support, but of course, if the market breaks that high, this low gets the confirmation, so we can use that low here as support. If the market decides to move to the other direction, we still have that opportunity to react on that. Okay, so there we go. I'm again ignoring the wick during spread hour, simply because if we watch the different brokers, we don't have these wicks on the different brokers here. All right, so here with Euro NZD is also interesting. We have, of course, a broken resistance zone, but we also have a new resistance zone. So, or we can see the market breaking this resistance zone, or we can see a deeper retest. Now, if you want to see a reversal, or it's not really a reversal because long term, like you can see, we have this massive down move. All right, this could be just a retracement on the higher time frames. But the 1 hour time frame is uptrending here. So if I want to see the market, or if I would be interested in going to the downside, I want to see the market creating at least what? An equal low. All right. If we move down and we react right over here, this is a beautiful retest for the uptrend. Okay, make sense? There we go. Euro USD. Support is pretty clean. For the resistance, we can use this one. But we gotta be careful here, because again, we have that downtrending structure. So I would prefer the breakout retest to the downside, but we could definitely just get back to here and then move down. Okay. Now, if I take a look, how many pips do we have till that zone? Okay, that's 30 pips. So if we do have that breakout to the upside, and it's not like the biggest breakout, not immediately going to these supply zones, we could see a small breakout retest to the upside. Again, be aware, this is counter trending. So twin trading, would it be a good idea? I don't think so. All right, we could say like, all right, we simply gonna use a take profit one for this one. Okay, because there is a very high potential that the market will just, especially today with news, that the market will just spike up, take out supply zones here, and then move down. Okay, market structure, pretty simple. Is it the same way you're looking at it, Alain? GU is basically the same. C, all right, amazing. Of course, of course. So GA, I do like this one also. Very easy and clean structure. Again, this is pretty dangerous for the breakout to the downside. We definitely simply want to follow up the uptrending movement. GCAT is ugly. GJ, nope. GN. Again, this is like we have a lot of same situations for today. We have these uptrending structures with some pretty clean support zones here, but we could definitely, especially if I'm looking at this chart, we could definitely just have a deeper retest here and then move up. All right. So if I want to look for downside movements, again, I'm going to keep repeating it. I want to see the market creating at least an equal low. Okay. There we go. That's for GN. NZD Canadian. Oh. Nah, I'm gonna stay away from that one. NZD JPY. The JPY pairs are pretty much looking the same. NZD USD is pretty good. Or like this. Of course, if you don't feel comfortable during days like today, especially with the news coming in, the CPI, just use this day as a as a day of backtesting or education, and just watch how the market reacts on your zones during these news events. All right. For me personally, on NFP Friday, I personally didn't do anything, but it was just beautiful to see how all these different price traps respected our structure. We saw different breakouts on the GPY pairs, especially from, I think it was a news event from Wednesday, and then with NFP we saw all these GPY pairs giving us that retest and just following up on that breakout. Okay, and that's just beautiful to see how the market is respecting that structure. So we are good, you know. So that's the way how you should look at this. UJ looking good. Because understanding the structure is such an important thing when it comes down to price trap. A lot of people think that the entry is the most important thing, or the risk to reward, or that kind of stuff. In my opinion, market structure is one of the most important things when it comes down to price trap. Of course, we can go down deep in these kind of things, like talking about psychology, talking about mindset, talking about these kind of things. That's also very important, of course. But when it comes down to really the strategy itself, in my opinion, the structure is the most important part. All right, we have a lot of price traps. This is a lot. Damn. Euro CHF, USD CHF, nope. Yeah, G chef looking pretty good if we take a look at structure. There we go. We could do something with this. Definitely. There we go. Okay, and the DCHF also looking pretty nice. Let me first check different brokers, because the low is always, when you see me going to different brokers, is because my low is created during spread hour. All right, and that's why I check the different brokers, because all brokers are a little different when it comes down to spread hour. And like you can see, that low doesn't exist. Okay, so I'm talking about this one here, this little low during the spread hour. It doesn't exist on other brokers, so I'm gonna more focus on this one here. All right, I hope that makes sense. What's your view for GU? Yeah, I know GU is looking pretty much the same like Euro USD, right? I wanted to get back, but I will do it when I'm through the CHF pairs. It's pretty much the same like Euro USD, but let's just make sure I have everything ready here. All right, that will be it. Let me check GU. Yeah, for GU, again, so we have that support zone over here. Following up the downtrending structure would be amazing. You could say like this resistance zone, but it's pretty dangerous because we have a supply zone just sitting above our resistance. All right, so what I would be looking for personally is pretty simple. A little bit the same like all the rest. We have a lot of these type of price traps today. It doesn't happen a lot that we have such a big amount of these kind of price traps, like you can see here. So of course, the breakout retest to the downside would be amazing, following up on this downtrending structure. Okay, what I would also be looking for is a deeper retest or a higher retest of the previous broken support zone into these supply levels. All right, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm talking about this breakout, right? Break retest. This is more like a 4-hour structure here. Okay, now what's also perfectly possible is that CPY will spike all the way up to this supply zone, and then the market goes down more. Okay, so I would be careful with moving or looking to upside movements to buys. I would be more interested for looking to sell GU here around that supply zone. You can find yourself some entries there. That's what I would be looking for with GU. Okay, good. A a lot of price traps. I'm not sure what happened here. Why did they do this? This is messed up. Where's my red flag? Ah, there we go. Wow, this is messed up. All right, good. Let's go over one more time. Okay, so for AUD USD, pretty simple. I'm gonna give you all the options I will be looking for the different pairs. So I want to see the market, if we break to the upside, creating at least an equal high here to then get the retest and go all the way back to supply levels. Of course, we prefer the breakout retest to the downside because we have the downtrending market. Okay, for Euro AUD, exactly the same. We can have a deeper retest of the broken resistance zone. All right, or we can have the breakout retest to the upside. That's what I would be looking for Euro AUD. Then we have Euro pounds. I prefer the upside here. Of course, I know we have a massive downwards movement here. So what I see here is just a battle between the sellers and buyers. If I'm looking at it and if I'm talking about it, I'm like, nah, let's just skip it. Look at that chart. Come on, man. Let's just leave it alone. It's ugly as I wanted to say a word, but let's just keep it clean here. There we go. All right, let's move on. Then we have Euro NZD. Same thing like Euro AD. We can have a deeper retest of that broken resistance zone and then move to the upside, or the breakout retest to the upside. All right, I prefer the trending direction, so a breakout retest to the upside would be amazing. Euro USD, exactly the same thing. If we have a small breakout, we have the counter trend possibility to take the market like for 30 to 35 pips to the supply zone. But of course, I prefer the downtrending movement and see a breakout retest to the downside. GA, pretty simple, or we break to the upside or we break to the downside. To be honest, we could also have a retest here on this demand zone. So if we have a break to the downside, again, like other pairs, I want to see at least an equal lows created. I don't want to see the market respecting this demand zone, because that simply means that the market creates a higher low and wants to follow up that uptrending movement. For GM, exactly the same. NZD USD, of course, preferable going to the downside, but if we break to the upside, I want to see the market creating at least an equal high here to then move up, because if we do not create an equal high, we are respecting supply, and that means that the market could potentially move lower. For GSHEF, it's pretty simple. Here we have obvious structure. Here we don't really have to look at something else. We simply want to see a breakout retest to the downside. If the market decides to go to the upside, again, I want to see the market creating at least an equal high here, okay? Then we have GU. For GU, I already said this, we could have a supply zone getting hit here to follow up that downtrending movement, or simply have the breakout retest to the downside. Then we have, wow, we have a lot of pairs. We have AD Canadian, pretty much the same like all the rest. We could have a retest into these supply zones right over here to move down, or breakout retest to the downside to follow up that downtrending movement. Here we are waiting for a retest to this supply zone or the higher supply zone. So this is the first one, all right? It's perfectly possible that the market will be reacting right over here, okay? If not, we still have the supply higher. Euro JPY, exactly the same thing. We want to see it coming back at least to that low, of course. NZD JPY, exactly the same thing. USD Canadian, I think that's pretty simple. Just waiting for the retest. UJ, exactly the same thing, waiting for the retest. Two supply zones that are interesting, this one over here and this one over there. And then we have two more, which is ADCHF, which is almost at our first supply zone, or we can get back to that second one. And then we have NZCHF. Let me show you. I would be looking for this zone, this one over here. There we go. Okay, so that's it. These are the different pairs. We have a lot of different price traps. I'm not sure what they did with these maps. I don't like it. I really don't like it. I'm gonna mail TradingView. I don't know what they did there. But good. That's it for today. I'm not gonna count it, but we have a lot of price traps. Please be aware and be careful that you have such a big amount of price traps. All right, because a lot of times when you have so much different pairs, it's very attractive to take them all right? But that's not what we want to do, because then you're overtrading, you're taking too much risk, which puts a lot of emotions into your trading, and that's not what we can use here, okay? So good. Let me close off the session with my vision of Bitcoin and Ethereum, because we were looking at this one, and it's respecting my zones just insanely beautiful, all right? Yeah, I will definitely share the links into the Discord channel and the pairs into the Telegram channel. Yes, I didn't do anything yesterday. That's why you didn't saw anything passing by. I wasn't good. I wasn't feeling too good. So good. For Bitcoin, we are still, in my opinion, in a beautiful downtrend. Last week we hit our demand zone, or my demand zone I was interested in, and the market is beautifully reacting on that. Now we are back into supply zones, and we shall see. Can we respect this here, or does the market decides to go high? If we respect this, we are simply following following up the 4-hour time frame downtrend. If we don't, we can still go higher on the daily and still be bearish. I want to see that this high getting broken before I would be even thinking about bullishness on Bitcoin. All right. So that's my vision. Or we respect this and keep on moving down with a downtrending structure like this. All right. Or we just move higher and react here on this supply. Of course, if we break above that, we can start looking for upside movements. But at this moment, every single small move, I don't want to say I predicted it. I just showed you how you can find it. I just showed you if you're using the right information, and if you're using simple market structure, you can simply find every single move of Bitcoin or Ethereum. The same thing in Forex, of course, but I just love these long-term ideas or long-term visions on Bitcoin. If you go back on my YouTube channel, and if you go back to watch my different videos, you will see me talking about every single move of this consolidation zone. I'm not sure how long I'm doing these YouTube videos. Maybe I will also be telling you about the market going up. If I'm not mistaken, I started around this period. Not sure. I will have to check. No, this is 2022. Maybe it was this. I'm not sure where I started with the YouTube channel, but just go back and see how I just apply market structure and just show you what the possibilities are and how beautiful the market is respecting that structure. Okay, exactly the same thing here for Ethereum. We are simply waiting. We have a lot of equal lows. I showed this on the previous session. And like you guys know, if the market creates equal lows, just go back to my YouTube videos from this period here, right over here. I was talking about these equal lows for a long time, and I told you this got to be taken out. And now we have a little bit the same situation. We have a lot of equal lows, and in my opinion, we will take them. Okay, so let's see if the market now respects this supply zone over here, and if we can break the lows again, or if we simply get back to these higher supply levels over here. So if we break this, this doesn't necessarily mean that the market starts uptrending. This could be simply a retracement till the daily supply zones. Okay, and that's it. I hope that's clear. I hope that makes sense. We have a lot of different price swaps, like I said already. Please make sure to always follow up on your risk management and do not over trade. Okay, so thank you all for being here. I wish you all a beautiful, beautiful day. And we see each other back tomorrow, of course, at 8:30 a.m. for a brand new price swap session where we will review the price swaps and, of course, make some new price swaps for the day. Okay, so thank you all, and I see you very soon again. Ciao, ciao.